Good morning and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we are doing another segment of the Studgate Train Station. It's part 5, and it's set 910002. And this is the one of the Bricklink designer sets, only 10,000 made. And happy Easter to those who celebrate Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, I still hope you have a good day. You got Greg backstage. Let him in here in just a second. This set has 4,076 pieces and 9 minifigures, and it retailed for $399.99. And hello, John. How you doing? Hello,
Hey,
Greg. How's your day, man?
I'm fine.
Good. You got any plans for today?
Go to my aunt's for a barbecue.
Okay. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough.
And my neighbors have a crawfish bowl.
Okay.
So, what's your plans for today besides that?
Well, I have been invited to go to my sister's. She's got a second property of 10 acres out in the middle of nowhere, and I really mean out in the middle of nowhere. It takes like an hour and a half to get there, and the closest town's 20 minutes. And it's not really even a town. It's not even a gas station. There's a post office. That's it. But anyway, she has invited me to head over to her property, and I did not decline or accept. So I don't know if I'm doing that just yet. But on the other half of me says, nah, stay home, because to be perfectly honest with you, I've got so much I need to do around here, and I was gone all day yesterday. So there's actually a really good chance I won't go anywhere and just stay here. So
Probably pester your animals.
actually, they're pestering me. I had a chicken get loose this morning. I was eating my breakfast, and I see this chicken running around, and it's the only chicken that I have that looks like a falcon. He's like a black and brown, and so I saw him running outside the coop, but I was eating my breakfast, so I wasn't going to interrupt myself. By the time I was done with breakfast and I went out there to get him, he had snuck back inside the coop. So I'm going to have to figure out how he's getting out, because I figured it out. He's the same guy that got out a couple days ago, and I figured it out how he did it. But now he's doing it again. So
He's an escape artist.
he is.
She.
Well, if your name is, never mind, I won't go there. Yes, you're correct. It is she. I gotta watch what I say sometimes, because it will get me in trouble. Okay, so this is not actually fitting. I wonder why not.
What's your neighbors doing?
I don't even know. It's been so quiet. And this is really weird, man. This is not fitting for real. The hose is not long enough. Huh. Are there any others that are a little bit longer? No, they're all the same size, man. All right, well, thank you, Lego. Well, let me tell you about my day yesterday. I had a day that I'm going to remember for a while. My day started off wrong, okay? I had a dream that
everyone could get along.
Well, that would never happen, but I did have a dream, and the dream was about I was going to see Jenny. I get on this airplane, and it was supposed to be a nonstop flight. But in my dream, for some reason, the plane lands normally, no emergency, no nothing, just lands. And so I check my phone to see what's going on, and Google Maps says I'm at the Orlando airport in Florida. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I asked the flight attendant about it, and she says, no, this was our regular stop. There's nothing, you know. And I'm like, okay, but I bought a direct flight. But okay, whatever. I'm not, you know. So I asked her about using the restroom, and she said, oh, you can't use the one on the plane. You got to go to the one inside the mall. And I'm like, what do you mean inside the mall? Keep in mind, this is a dream. It doesn't have to make sense. So I go inside the airport, and the first little bit looks like an airport. Then it starts looking like a mall with a bunch of shops. And I had trouble finding the restroom. And the stewardess said that she was going to help me find the restroom. She did. And she said, oh, I'll be waiting here to help you back on to get on the plane. But when I was done using the restroom, she was gone. And I tried asking a few people for directions back to the airplane, and no one wanted to help me. Like, some people wouldn't talk to me, and then other people would give me smart remarks like, well, just go back the way you came. And so in my dream, I tried to go back the way I came, and I just could not find it. And I ended up outside the airport. And then when I ended up outside the airport, you know how like every airport's got like a expressway or something going up to it. Well, this was no different. That part of it, at least. The part that was different was it was deserted. And there was literally no one around. And the road was like in bad repair. And so I'm like really confused. So I look at my Google Maps in my dream, and Google Maps can't even pinpoint where I'm at. And I started noticing that in addition to the road being like in ill repair, chunks of it missing, that I noticed that there were swamps, because it's Florida, everywhere. And then all of a sudden in my dream, this big old crocodile comes out of the swamp. He comes up.
Alligator.
Well, in my dream, it was a crocodile. I know. It's a dream. It don't have to make sense, man. And it's not going to make sense. None of it. So this crocodile comes out, and he comes out real fast, and he comes at me. And all I could do was yell at him. And when I yelled, he stopped like 2 feet in front of me, hisses at me, and then he opens his big jaws. And then I woke up because it scared the hell out of me, right? Well, as soon as I wake up, you know, I'm on my back and I'm looking up at the ceiling, and it was light. So, you know, the sun had just come over the mountain. And I was kind of trying to figure out, am I awake? Am I asleep? You know, because, you know, it's kind of that weird little thing we all go through sometimes, you know, when we first get up. And when I did that, I noticed this huge, and I mean like this round spider was right above my head in real life. So I get up like real fast, go for the broomstick, and I come back, and that spider's nowhere to be found. And I'm thinking, no. He don't pay the rent. He ain't staying. I got to find a way to get rid of him. I got to find him. So I looked around, and I didn't see it for a little bit. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see that spider up there again, and it disappears real quick. And I'm thinking, no. I'm definitely not asleep at this point. You know, I'm definitely awake. So at this point, I did a little bit of investigating. It was actually a really small spider, but he was up above the window, like on the ceiling. And the way the sunlight was coming in and hitting it, it was projecting a shadow right there where my head was at in bed. And it was just a tiny little spider. Well, I still used the broomstick and smashed them, but I'll tell you, my day started off like that. Okay. So And John says, "Happy Easter! I've decided to watch season 3 only of Picard. The show is ending. I'm breaking a major score point with me." Yeah, you are. Sore point with you. Yes, you are. Because I know you really do like Star Trek, but yes, I know the controversy a little bit because you've talked about it, John. But I won't discuss that here. And by the way, John, I agree with you. Watch out for the gators. Yeah, that was a whack dream. Okay, so then after that, I had my Lego lug meeting yesterday. So I got some chores done around the house, like feeding the chickens, and no, none of them got out yesterday morning. It was this morning they got out, and Friday they got out, not yesterday. So then I fed the chickens, the cats, all that good stuff, and then got ready for my day, which included if you saw my video about the light rail tracks in the middle of the street, that's what I brought to my lug meeting to show my lug. And yes, they want it, and they want me to do 25 of those for the show. And I have most of the pieces, so it ain't gonna cost me much to do it. So then I went to the lug. I'm sorry. I was early for my lug meeting, so I stopped by my brother-in-law's house. The one I was tell you guys about. He's got one arm. Well, he's got two arms, only one works. That's why I say he's only got one arm. So we stopped, talked to him for a little bit, got some advice on a couple of things that he fixed around here because he knows how to fix just about anything. And I had already pulled off a piece off the house, the part of the duct work. And he told me how to, what to buy to fix it. So anyway, went to my lug meeting. It was good. Like I said, they liked the plans for the street and the light rail in the middle. So I'm going to do some more of that. Let's see. Then we went to lunch afterwards, and lunch was fun. We went to Roosters, which is a restaurant / microbrewery thing.
Yeah.
And I had the loaded nachos. And hey, Dream, how you doing? I'm doing great, my friend. Happy Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, have a happy Sunday.
Had Chick-fil-A yesterday.
Do you know that singer? He's a comedian, Christian guy. I think it's Tim Hawkins.
No.
Okay, because he does a song after the Beatles song. It's a parody of the Beatles song Yesterday, and it's Chick-fil-A instead. And every time I pass Chick-fil-A, I think of that song. So anyway, it's all good, man. And for those of you who are watching, please hit the like button. And if you're watching it on repeat, please hit the like button. So what'd you get at Chick-fil-A?
30 count nugget.
Oh man, that is so good.
With 2 large fry and a large drink.
Well, cool, man.
I was hungry.
Well, you know what? Whether I'm hungry or not, I get the 30-piece nuggets. You know why?
Why?
I usually have Enzo with me, so I share with them. So that dog's spoiled as ever, man. Let me tell you. And if he tells you anything different, he's lying. So yeah, we went to Roosters, and then afterwards I went to visit my daughter Amanda, and I got to see. I have not seen her new place. Her new place is actually a really nice house. It's only about a year old. And I got to see her cat Luna. Her cat Luna it's a girl cat. She's black and white. She's mostly black, And she's got this white stripe that goes right down the middle of her forehead. And I always told now Amanda and Luna lived in my house for about a year. And I always told Amanda that was for her brain to split her personality, because that cat could be like super nice one minute and an absolute spaz the next. And I'm not kidding. So I used to tell Amanda she had split personality, and it was so bad that her brain had to show it on the outside.
Looks like an Oreo cat.
Yeah, she does. So she was there yesterday, and her name is Luna, but I used to rename her Lunatic.
Did Max get along with her?
Yeah, actually they did. Yeah, my other cat Will. Now he passed on, but Will was around for that time period too, and Will and Luna did not get along, and it always cracked me up because Will was the same breed as Luna, except for he was mostly white with a little bit of black. And so they were like polar opposites. Even their personalities were. I mean, like they couldn't have been any more different on them two. Oh, that's really weird. Okay. No, I'm talking about the build here. I just noticed something. So they had me put this corner plate here and a corner plate here, but not here. And I checked the pile, and there's not even an extra one to put here. So I'm kind of interested to see what's going to end up happening there. So yeah, I called her Lunatic when I used to live with her, and Luna saw me yesterday, and the first thing she did was hiss at me, and I'm like, I don't understand why. I was never mean to her. And even Amanda was like, Luna, he was always nice to you. What is wrong with you? Yeah, but she thought she should hiss at me.
Does Jessica have any pets?
She does. Jessica has a cat named Pumpkin, and Pumpkin is kind of a, I don't know how to explain it. No, she's a mutt. Like she's like a mixture of like not quite a calico, but she's just a mixture of a bunch of different breeds, cats. Man, all rolled into one. Yeah. Oh, then I went to Home Depot and I bought the stuff I needed for the house. And then I went back over to my sister's house for a second time, because it's on the way home. And the first time I was there, only Steve was there, my brother-in-law. My sister was at work. This time she was home. And yeah, my sister and I were discussing some options because she is thinking about selling her house. So we were discussing what options and the pros and cons, that kind of stuff. I've always been good at pros and cons and thinking things out. I'm great when it comes to other people's problems, but not my own. If that makes sense. I've been in Florida for 3.5 years. I've yet to see, oh, really? To be at a Chick-fil-A. Have Amanda jump on and say hi. This time of day, John, she's probably sleeping. She never got up before noon when she lived with me. I used to tease her about it too. But I would love to have her on. I was actually thinking about inviting her because her job's changing and she's going to have some different hours. And so she's going to have some more free time. And she likes Lego. In fact, I was very proud of her. I went in the house and in between the kitchen and the living room, and it's all one big open area. She had the Ford Mustang, the bigger one, the blue and white one. She had the what do you call it? The VW bus, the red one.
Oh yeah, the bus.
Yeah, and then she had what was the other one? Oh, Oh, come on. I'm trying to remember the color. It's that light blue, but I know it's not called light blue in Lego. I forget what they call the color. And I know really
The
bad.
the 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 azure.
Yeah, I think it is the light or the medium azure or something. It's the
The
it's the
beetle.
the beetle with the surfboards. She had that one sitting out. The yellow Fiat sitting out. She had quite a bit. And then the miniature Frankenstein little brickhead thing. And I
Jen
customize. Go ahead.
Jenny would be proud for that big brickhead.
Oh, she would be. Very much so. And I customized. Amanda has 2 of the Frankensteins, and I customized one of them to be the bride of Frankenstein. And so she had both of those sitting out. So anyway, she's got her own little Lego collection going there. So have her do a build with her. Well, we do live about an hour and 20 minutes from each other. However, there is StreamYard. I mean, Greg's here all the time, and Greg, you know how well it works. It works really well. So, John, I will suggest that to her, and we might have to do live streams a little bit later. If we did though, because her work schedule, she gets off at I think she gets off at 5, and so 5:30 would my time, which is my normal time for live streams. That would just be a tad bit too earlier for her, but maybe if I did 6, half an hour later, she could do it. That's something that I'll have to discuss with her. We'll have to see. But Amanda's funny. She's yeah. I think you guys would like her personality because she's a very bubbly person with a great sense of humor. The one problem though is that her sense of humor might get her in trouble on a family channel sometimes. So I might have to talk with her and say, hey, can you tone it down just a little bit when you're on here? Because trust me, if you guys, John knows me outside of here for years, and Greg does too. My sense of humor is not family friendly most of the time when I'm off of here. Oh man, I should have put this on first. There we go. So you're off Monday, Greg?
Yep.
Oh, cool, man.
Think about ordering me an extra one of these.
Oh yeah, that's the is that the Porsche? No, that's not the Porsche.
That's the Ferrari.
Ferrari, yeah. Yeah, I've got that one. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's just Greg's regular schedule. It's not a holiday for him. That's his normal day off, which I always forget because on Saturdays, that's why he doesn't attend the early morning streams on Saturdays. I don't do them very often on Saturdays anymore, but that's the reason he's not here if I have one Saturday morning. He's at work. And I always forget that. I just got a bad memory when it comes to certain things. Oh, so we did a draft yesterday at the lug meeting, and we did Dumbledore's office. We had 5 sets. We split them up, and then we take turns picking whatever we want. So I got a whole bag of goodies.
What kind of goodies you got?
Well, that set's mostly tan, a lot of tan pieces. So I got a lot of tan bricks, plates. I got some of the clear jewels. The rock jewels, diamonds, whatever they are. See what else? Oh, I got some tiles too. It has some brown tiles to it, reddish brown. And of course, I use that for my hotel floor. So I got a little bit more flooring for the hotel. I got some sand green too, because there's a little bit of sand green tiles there for the other part of the hotel floor. So honestly, got some pretty good stuff. Now I got to sort it because the draft goes so fast that you don't have time to separate it. So it's just in a big old gallon bag. So now I got to dump it out and sort it. But before I can do that, I need to put some of my pieces away because all my drawers are taken up right now. My little organizer drawers. So I got to do some sorting of some other stuff first. Let's see. Some people play the original card Saturday and didn't want to come to work, so I took the OT hours. Yeah, John, that always bothered me. Now, if you're truly religious, I got no problems with that because, I mean, I don't talk about it a whole lot, but I'm a religious man, but and I'm definitely a Christian, but it always bothered me.
You was raised Mormon.
I was, but I definitely don't. Yeah. Now that I've gotten older, I just the polite way to put it is I just don't agree with a lot of things. So, but I still am religious and still Christian, but it's always bothered me that in my experience, those who profess to be the most religious are the biggest hypocrites. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's been my experience. And if you're not that way, well, then you're not one of those people that form my opinion. Nothing to worry about. But I've definitely had people just, I'll tell you, when I used to collect on credit cards, the people who didn't want to pay you, they always started talking about Jesus. And I'm like, he has nothing to do with this conversation. So anyway, I found it kind of irritating. All right, we are on bag 16. Sorry, it's loud, I know. I did not have time to dump all my bags for it. Let's see. I told him I wasn't proud to take the hours, and he was a newly trained agent. The only holiday I work is Thanksgiving and Christmas. I can do. Well, I won't work. I'm sorry. It's Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'll do any other holiday. And John, that's understandable, man. I mean, you got family close by, so I'm sure you guys got stuff going on for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm actually really surprised that my mom did not do an Easter dinner. She normally does. But with my mom getting up there in age, almost 80, I don't think she really wants to go through the trouble of organizing and cooking all that. So it's probably why she didn't do it. I'm only guessing, though. Or maybe they had one that just didn't invite me this year because I'm so obnoxious. I'm just kidding. They wouldn't do that. At least I don't think they would. I'm just kidding. And that's something, I'll be honest, I'm grateful for the fact that I don't have to work holidays anymore. Because back in the day, when I worked for the newspaper, they did not care. You worked every single day. Like if your schedule was Monday through Friday, you just worked Monday through Friday. It didn't matter if it was a holiday or not because the newspaper comes out every single day. And that was difficult because when I had small kids and I had to work Christmas morning, I really resented my job because I wasn't there to see them open their gifts. Because I used to work from 2:30 in the morning to about 12:30 in the afternoon, 10-hour days. And that's another reason I didn't like that job, was that the hours were just horrendous. And sometimes I worked all the way to 5 in the evening, depending on how much trouble we had. And it was a newspaper. Go ahead.
Which newspaper company did you work for?
It was called the Columbus Dispatch, and it was in Columbus, Ohio. I worked there for 7 years. I worked there right after Mrs. Chip and I got married. We got married in December, and I was working there by August. So just a few months after we got married.
Was you an editor?
No, I was a district manager, and I was responsible for managing 45 people. And I was on the distribution side of the house for part of it. And then they gave me an opportunity to get my CDL. And once I got my CDL, I was like, well, the drivers get paid more and they still have to work the holidays. But the thing is, as a manager, I was salary. So I got paid the same. Didn't matter about anything. You just got paid, your same old wage. But as a truck driver, they were union, and they would pay me for holidays. You got paid double time and a half. And the reason why is you got paid straight time for the holiday, whether you worked it or not. Then if you worked the holiday, it was overtime, whether you had 40 hours that week or not. It was overtime. That was in the contract. And all of a sudden, holidays, as much as I don't like working them, they weren't as painful because, well, I mean, getting paid 2.5 times, why not, right? John says, yeah, we're sharing the cooking tonight. I'm bringing the quiche. Came out awesome, and she's making lamb. It'll just be my nephew, my mom. Hey, that's awesome, dude. Lamb is awesome, especially now, John. I'm not criticizing the lamb you're cooking because I've never had it, but I've had lamb a few times, and if prepared right, it is excellent stuff. I mean, like, I don't know how to really describe it.
I never had lamb.
Oh, really? You never had like lamb chops?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Well, it's like I said, it's like anything else. I mean, you could have bad chicken, just burn it. You know what I mean? So it just really depends on who's cooking it and how they prepare it. Depends on how good it is.
Oh.
So you said you're going to your grandma's today, Greg?
My aunts.
Your aunt's. I'm sorry, you did say that. Does your aunt live close by, or
About an hour north?
Oh, that's not too bad. Is your little sister going to be there too?
No, she got COVID.
Oh, she does. I'm sorry, man. She all right?
Yeah, she's all right.
Have you had COVID yet?
Nope. I've been around my grandma, and my dad that had COVID, but some reason never got it.
No. I'm happy for you, Greg, because I've had it twice.
And
And it was neither time was all that fun. First time was worst. First time I was in the hospital for a couple days, but the second time I wasn't. And let's see. John says, holiday flubs with overtime. You have to be on to get overtime. So I'd rather work that weekend plus the holiday. Yeah. I mean, and I mean, now that my kids are older, if I had an hourly job and I got paid extra to work holidays, I would, because I just wouldn't care. It's not like I have kids here. But yeah, right now, I'm glad I don't have to work the holidays though. But I would for a little extra money. It's that almighty dollar, you know. Oh man. And John's saying that lamb is gamey compared to other meats. Yeah, I did notice that, but I didn't think it was too bad because I've had some deer, and that stuff was really gamey, almost to the point where it wasn't even great to have. And I didn't think lamb was that bad. it does have a little bit of that gamey taste, but yeah. Well, in the world of success stories, Mrs. Chip's mom, my mother-in-law, she was hoping to be able to make it to her birthday, because she's got that stage 4 cancer. Anyway, her birthday is Monday. Or is it Monday? What's today? The 9th? Oh no, her birthday's Tuesday. And it looks like she's gonna make it to her birthday. And she really wanted to. That was like her mom's goal, was to live long enough to celebrate one more birthday.
How old is she? When is she?
Her mom is gonna be 74 this year. It helps make ends meet even just a little bit. I agree, John. I totally agree with that, John. And I'll be honest, when I worked for the newspaper, there were certain drivers that used to irritate me because they always complained about not having enough money. But every time they offered overtime, they would be the ones that wouldn't take it. And so I was just like, look, you can't be part of the problem and then complain about the problem. You just can't. So yeah, you just, like you said, John, you take the opportunities as they come and do your best to manage your money so that you come out ahead. And oh man, this is tough to see. It's black on black. I don't care for the instructions when they're black on black. In my older age, it's getting harder and harder to see that. I don't know who I'm kidding. I was wearing glasses by the age of 23. And now I'm almost 50 and I'm still wearing glasses, of course. It's just, the sad part is it seems like almost every time I go in to get my eyes checked, oh, we got to up your prescription. You need a little bit stronger. And it's like, great. So that's a very polite way of saying I'm getting old. Real whole egg. Mayo, how you doing, bud?
What's up, Mayo?
And Mayo, we need to get together about that Daily Bugle, my friend. Because I am getting very close to wanting to do it. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be doing it really soon. I think this week is my last week of not doing it. I think this week I'm going to finish up this, what I'm doing right now. I'm going to finish up the 3-in-1, and then I'm going to start throwing in the Daily Bugle in the mix. And I know Fridays seem to work out best for both of us. And so I'm willing to, this coming Friday, do the first one. I did send you an invite through StreamYard to be an admin. I hope you got it. If you didn't, let me know. Yeah, we could do that. Let me go over. Okay, let's see. Oh, there it is. I'll send it through Instagram here. Instagram. Where is it? There it is. I'm sorry, I'm not the best at it. Okay. Mayo. Where are you? There you are. StreamYard.com. And I won't say the rest because then I'm giving away the code to everybody. And believe me, I've done stupid things like that before. Sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. Okay, I think hopefully that's it right there. Yeah, did I type it right? Let me double check here. Yep, looks like it's correct. All right, cool. Oh, gotta go back to the instructions here. The instructions or destructions, however you want to look at it. So there we are. All right, Mayo, how you doing, bud?
I'm really tired.
What time is it there? It's like is it like 2 in the morning or something? What is it there?
Almost.
Wow, man. Well, do you want to start the Daily Bugle this Friday?
Well, that would be fun. I'm only 15 subscribers away from building the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Okay. All right. Well, how about this? Let's say you get to 15 by Friday. Why not just do both on the same stream?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Because I'm gonna have all of my castle mocks done this week.
Okay. Did you get the invite that I sent for being the admin on this StreamYard thing?
Yeah, I got something, but I wasn't sure if it was you or not. So I'm gonna have to go back and check that.
It is me, the one and only, and I promise no one wants to claim to be me. And if they did, they need to have a quick trip down to the psychiatrist's office and figure out why they'd want to do that.
So I'll go to
Anyway.
my Gmail and see into that.
Okay. So I can I'll put out a short advertising it, and then we can start Friday. Did you?
Oh wait. So is your email G Carter?
Yeah, G Carter.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna accept that invite then.
Hey, Steve, how you doing? Steve is in the house. So what would work best for you? I can do my I can skip my normal stream and just do it later because I know you do yours a little bit later. It's not that much later. It's 7 o'clock my time. And we can just broadcast it on both channels at your normal time, or we can do a little bit earlier on mine and broadcast both. I don't really care which way we do it.
Yeah. Well, it'd probably be best if you do. Well, if you broadcast your live stream on both of our channels before I do episodes. Well, before I do my episodes of Real Whole Egg.
Okay, so if I hear you right, you want to do it at my normal time then, so
Yeah.
that you can do what you have planned at your normal time.
Yeah.
Okay, that no problem.
So I start my live streams at my normal time, and I wake up just that little bit earlier, so I can be with you on your streams on Friday night because you normally go. Well, I go live at 10:30 a.m. my time, and you went live at 9 a.m. my time.
Okay.
So do you prefer 1 hour or 1.5 hour streams?
I prefer about an hour, but you tell me what would work best for you because
because if you prefer because I just got a little bit confused because you went live half an hour earlier than what you normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, because when I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern, you're in the mountain time, so that's 7 p.m. for you.
Yeah.
And so if you're more comfortable with 1 hour streams, what you could do is you could go live at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. No, sorry, it's Mountain Daylight Time,
Yeah.
and I can wake up 1 hour early and try and be there with you. And then what we can do is I can then start my live stream at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time and spend the length of the intro for Will Hoeg to get on over to my side.
Okay, that sounds fine. That sounds great. I'll
And you the same.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can do that, and we can do that together. And now, since you invited me to your StreamYard account, I believe you no longer have to send me separate invitations via Instagram.
Okay.
I can just be there whenever I'm awake and whenever you're live.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
sounds
we
great.
we can definitely do that together because we're both city builders primarily.
Yes. Correct. Sometimes I do venture off, but and so do you with
Yeah,
Ninjago
sometimes
stuff.
I do venture off because I love my castle and space.
Oh, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, my whole purpose of doing YouTube is just to promote Lego in general. So
Yeah,
um,
and
but
my whole purpose to do YouTube is because I have a 5-year plan to get monetized.
okay. No, that's yeah. Well, I'll do what I can to help you out. I'm more than willing to do collabs
Yeah.
and other things. So
Yeah.
all right.
Because
Well,
if you're into it, then I'm into it too.
okay. Well, yeah. And by the way, I know you do your theme months, which I do like.
That's not happening that's not gonna happen for a while now.
Okay. Well, if you could give me some advance notice on that,
Yeah.
because I have, I mean, like when you did your Ninjago month, I've got about 10 Ninjago sets. Now, I wouldn't have been able to join your stream at last minute because I had to find them. That's why if you give me just a tad, like a day or two notice, then I'll have time to run out there and go through my totes and find it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
I'd
for
love to do
those who
that.
don't know, normally I go live for 4 hours every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay. Well, cool, man. So okay, so this Friday we're gonna do our first one for the little bit earlier one for the Daily Bugle, and hopefully for the Sanctum Sanctorium for you.
Yeah,
Depending.
hopefully if I can get to 550, which now I'm going to have to go on a social media campaign.
Well, I can help you out with that too. I'll make
Yeah,
a short.
and also if you're prepared to go live every Friday night, that's going to be consistent, and YouTube likes consistency, which means hopefully more of your subscribers will watch because they realize, oh, you're consistent.
Yeah, consistency has been a problem for me.
Yeah, because I'm an elder statesman of the Lego YouTube community, and I've seen hundreds of channels come and go, and the ones who are still here 10 years later are the ones who are consistent.
Okay. Well, that's something I'll work on.
And so I know if you find ways to motivate yourself to be consistent, you're going to start to see those those subscribers tick up.
Yeah. A lot of it is my planning or lack thereof in my personal life. Because yeah, I've got a lot going on, but I can be more consistent with at least maybe I'll do start off with, like you were saying, every Friday night, do a stream. And then as things settle down a little bit, maybe I could do like every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely work on that.
Yeah. And also you might want to come up with a name for the live stream series that isn't just a generic name. Make it something themed to your channel.
Okay.
So maybe like a, a chip of something. No, sorry, a chip off something.
Okay.
Yeah, there could be a bunch of different names.
Well, I like calling people names. I mean, oh, sorry. I mean, yeah. I got you. Sorry, some bad humor there. So it's Monday there, right? Where you're at?
Yes. You know what? I was just looking at your name on StreamYard, and I don't know why. But I just thought of the name Chipping Off.
Chipping off.
Yeah, Chipping Off. I don't know why that came to me, or maybe something to do with the old block.
Okay. Well, I'll consider that. And I thought of a name, but I can't use it because I get in trouble for copyrights.
Do you not want to get demonetized?
Oh no, I don't want to. No, I'm saying, what if I did Chippendale? But yeah, that has a
Yeah,
non-family
that's
friendly.
Disney. Well, speaking of Disney, the copyright for Steamboat Willie expires next year.
Ooh, can they
'Cause that was
reapply for that?
well, it's going to be very hard for Disney to do it because they don't use much with the Steamboat Willie anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was specifically for the Mickey Mouse that looks like Steamboat Willie that Walt Disney back in 1924 put out a 100-year copyright.
Okay. Yeah, that would be tough to bring that
Yeah.
back in. Okay. Well,
Because
cool.
no other because that was back when because of the art style, that was before they had animal characters wearing gloves. It wasn't until the end of the silent film era when they started putting gloves on the hands of cartoon animals.
All right.
And
That
I
you-
believe the original Mickey Mouse was more so a rat than a mouse as well, which is why that copyright is expiring and why many people think that Disney aren't going to renew that thing. So it's going to go into the public domain, which is going to be exciting to see what kind of things film and TV does with that.
Yeah. Did you I don't know if you know the story. I heard it years ago that Walt Disney actually got his inspiration for Mickey Mouse from a mouse that was in one of his studios that he used to draw in, and there was a mouse that was somewhat friendly with him, and that's where he got his inspiration for that.
Yeah, and that rings bells because it was rumored that Walt Disney had a sexual attraction to his own creation, and in the late 50s, they did an exclusive screening with the employees of Walt Disney, where employees were given the rights to make a 10-minute short film using Disney characters. One of the employees made a short film about a sexualized Mickey Mouse, and that goes against everything that the magic of Disney stands for. So Walt Disney, according to the rumors, ordered for the stoppage of that short film, and he immediately fired him on the spot.
But something that, and not that I'm the almighty person on morals or anything, but one thing that I always found a little bit hypocritical about the Disney company is that they own Touchstone Pictures, which was not family friendly sometimes, and they didn't even try to hide the fact that they owned a company that was producing stuff that had rated R material. Of course, it was a different time. That's why it matters. I mean, today no one's going to care, but back when they were doing that, people would have. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, and also some people still don't know, but after Disney bought Touchstone, they also bought ESPN.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a good friend who works for Disney, and she was showing me this chart thing of all the different companies that Disney owns, and it's something like 3,000 companies. They're huge.
Yeah, because their their four biggest acquisitions by far is Pixar, Touchstone, ESPN/ABC, and Fox, 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
And I still believe the only reason why they bought 20th Century Fox in the first place is because they knew that The Simpsons were going downhill, and they wanted The Simpsons on Disney Plus really badly. And they thought that, you know what? The Simpsons TV show is now a distressed asset. We can get it on the cheap if we buy 20th Century Fox outright, put that on Disney Plus, and we can try and make The Simpsons great again, which to an extent they did.
Yeah. Yeah, The Simpsons is if I heard right, it's the longest running cartoon ever.
Yeah, because I think they are going to be releasing series 34 or season 35 around October.
Man, isn't that something?
Yeah, and so when you look at the quality of The Simpsons post season 30 compared to seasons, really compared to, I think it was season 20 was the first season they were in HD. From compare post season 30 to season 20 to whenever they got bought out by Disney, the quality is much better. Because for a while there, the stories got really stale, and even though it is a 22.5-minute episode, it felt longer because the stories just went nowhere.
Yeah. Oh,
And that's why they made that joke episode, parroting ESPN's 30 for 30. They called it 22 for 30, and many fans speculate that was a joke to how they acknowledged that the episodes felt longer because they were so boring.
Yeah. It's been many years since I watched Simpsons on a regular basis, but I remember when they first came out. I was 8 or 9 years old, and I did not miss an episode, man, for the first probably 5 or 6 seasons.
I was a late bloomer with The Simpsons because I never liked the dry humor, because I was more into the slapstick comedy of other adult cartoons. But then I slowly realized, you know what? For what The Simpsons doesn't have in slapstick quality, it has a lot of clever one-liners, and especially when they make jokes um about about the budget of animations, like when they're taking the tour through the Itchy and Scratchy studios, and they make jokes. Well, Lisa says it must be expensive to make all these cartoons, and while they're walking through one of the hallways, they use the same image over and over and over again, with the same trash can and the same female janitor to prove that point.
I've
It's
not
those
seen that.
clever little things that make people respect Matt Groening more than Seth MacFarlane, who's known more for slapstick comedy.
Yeah. So if The Simpsons bought uh 21st Century Fox, then that means they also have the rights to Futurama. Then.
Yes, they have rights to Futurama and they have rights to Family Guy, and even though and I think Disney somehow through their umbrella of corporate mergers also own TBS, um because Seth MacFarlane sold the rights of American Dad from the Fox network to TBS, and American Dad is on Disney Plus. So somehow Disney have their greasy little fingers on TBS as well.
Okay.
And for all those baseball fans out there, the reason why you would always see Atlanta Braves games and nothing but Atlanta Braves games on TBS was because I forget who owns TBS and TNT. Um, um, Ted Turner. Uh, he is based out of Atlanta, and so he only because TBS and Turner Sports is based out of Atlanta. I believe he only bought the rights to broadcast Atlanta Brave games, but it wasn't just in the local TV market. It was the national TV market, but just Atlanta Braves games. So that's why there's a whole bunch of people in the Midwest who are nowhere near the city of Atlanta, but are Braves fans.
Okay. So
And
did
I really don't like corporate mergers.
oh no, I don't either because I think a lot of creativity is lost.
I think
Um,
a lot of creativity is lost and cheap money is made.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was really surprised, and I know this is old news, but I was really surprised when Disney bought Lucasfilms. Um,
I
I never.
wasn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
I wasn't because back in 2012, that would have been 7 years after Revenge of the Sith, and at the time, George Lucas was doing he was doing in interviews with American media talking about how Star Wars is dead and he wanted to offload it. Therefore, for the first time in history, Star Wars was a distressed asset. And what do companies like Disney really like to do? They like to acquire distressed assets
Yeah, for a bargain. That's why. Yeah.
because they know that the power of Disney can make lemonade out of lemons. At the time, the Star Wars franchise was a lemon. At the time, 20th Century Fox was a lemon. And what did they do? They came out with the sequels, and now on Disney Plus, they're coming out with all these Star Wars TV shows.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ray is coming back for more movies.
I heard that I think Friday. What they say? 3 more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they guarantee a trilogy to Ryan Johnson?
Yeah.
And everyone was really upset at the time because Ryan Johnson had only directed one movie, and then Kathleen Kennedy comes out of nowhere and gives him a whole trilogy. Yet people like J.J. Abrams and some of the other directors that were a part of the trilogy, who are more proven, didn't, which was really weird. But I think it's because J.J. Abrams made a lot of mistakes with the stuff that he directed in Star Wars. Because for those who don't know, Star Wars hires and fires multiple directors before the film comes out because they can't make up their goddamn mind.
No, I've heard that as well. I know. I mean, not that I want to really get into it too much, but Kathleen Kennedy has upset a lot of people.
Yeah, because Kathleen Kennedy is no Kevin Feige.
Yeah. No, she. But anyway, I'm not making any political statements because a lot of people got off about politics on that on Twitter, and that's just that's beyond the scope of what I talk about.
And I'm glad I'm not following those people on Twitter.
Yeah, actually, Twitter's kind of become dead for me.
I love Twitter. I love it. I love seeing people get into pointless spats over there.
That's actually kind of one of the reasons that is one of the reasons that I stopped using it so much.
A lot of people quit Twitter because of the drama. I love Twitter because of the drama. I'm addicted to the drama on Twitter.
Okay.
Just like how people are addicted to the drama or to the they're addicted to celebrity dramas in people and a GQ and USA Today and all those other stuff.
Yeah. See, I understand the appeal, but it doesn't appeal to me personally. So yeah, that's to each his own, I guess. Let's see here. So, well, this is going to be my last bag today because I'm a little bit over an hour, and I made up my mind while doing the stream. I am gonna contact my sister and see if they've left yet. And if she has not left, I will be hanging out with her today. And I'm gonna bring Enzo with me because she owns 10 acres and I can just have him run around and he doesn't have to be leashed up or anything. So, yep. But if she's watching this, she'll leave right now, so I can't go watch. I'm just kidding. I honestly have a good relationship with my family. I just joke around a lot.
So is that so how many bags have you got to go on the modular construction site?
So I'm on bag 17, which I'll finish today, and then it goes to bag 23. So like another 6 bags, and that'll be probably another 2 live streams. So I'll get that done this week. Yeah. So are you having a themed month this month, or what do you got going? No. Okay.
I'm not doing themed months for a while now.
Okay.
Because I don't have anything outstanding to do.
Okay. Well, I've been kind of I've got too much to do, and I feel like sometimes I don't do things justice because I can't get to everything I want to get to, and so I think I need to cut down the amount of things that I'm doing on my channel and focus more on just a couple things.
Yeah, because I need to do more stuff on my city because I don't know when we're going to be moving, and I'd like to get my city done before we move.
Oh, I didn't realize you were moving.
Yeah, because we are because my family is what you can now call paupers. We
Okay.
own multiple houses now, and we need to liquidate our assets.
Okay.
So we stop eating into our savings.
Where are you moving to?
Uh, Gonna be moving to another suburb, and my parents are gonna go retire in the country.
Okay.
Australia.
Yeah, they're gonna move 1.5 hours away by the coast.
Now, Mayo, I don't mean this to be negative, but it's a question that I have. I was watching this channel. It's called "They Will Kill You," and it's about different themes about people dying doing dumb things. And he did an episode called "When Australia Goes Wrong," and he was joking that in Australia everything's trying to kill you.
Yes, that is a joke and nothing but a joke.
Okay.
Because and the biggest thing I can debunk is that there have been no reported spider deaths in over 60 years.
Okay.
That's reported now, and the most dangerous animals are always at minimum 100 miles away unless you're going to the zoo,
Okay.
because 80% of our population live in metropolitan areas. Most of our metropolitan areas are on the coast, and all of the dangerous animals are in the middle of the continent only where only real lonely people live, and farmers.
Yeah. Again, I wasn't trying to insult. It was just something I heard. Um,
Yeah,
and there was another one. It was actually a really incredible story of a guy who got lost in the Australian bush for something like 70 days and he actually survived.
yeah, you can get lost out there, particularly if you travel 500 miles away. Then you can get really lost.
Yeah.
Because when people say that Australia has a lot of dangerous animals, they're right. It's just not where we live. We know we've got dangerous animals in our country, so we deliberately don't live near them.
Well, that would
It's
be the
just
smart.
like it's just like how no one's going to live out in the middle of nowhere in the Arizona desert, because no one wants to live near coyotes, do they?
Well, I do live next to coyotes because I hear them at night sometimes, but um, they don't ever bother me, and then they
Yeah,
never bother my
but
chickens.
specifically talking about the Arizona desert, because isn't it in the Arizona desert that coyotes are at their most ravageous? Coyotes that are near urban populations are a little bit more tame.
Yeah, they tend to be because they have more
It,
interactions with humans. Yeah.
yeah, and isn't it because they have more of a supply for their diet, so they don't have to go out on the hunt as much, because they know that wandering animals are more likely to come to them. However, in the Arizona desert, those coyotes have to they have to they have to move dozens of miles every day just to find food.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I have a sister that lives in Arizona. I'm gonna ask her because I just talked to her yesterday, by the way.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing somewhere near Phoenix.
yeah, she's in the Mesa area, which is a
Yeah.
suburb. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
isn't Mesa one of the suburbs north of Phoenix?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, because
Um,
I know that Glendale is a separate town west, and that's where the University of Arizona is, and that's where both the Coyotes and the Cardinals play.
Okay.
I live
Well,
in though.
good. Go ahead, Greg.
I live in Texas though.
Do you have coyotes there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys,
Now the different,
I'm gonna
yeah.
wrap this up because I got to get
Yeah.
going. But thanks for being on, both of you. And hopefully we can do this again soon. In fact, Friday, and I will, like I said, I will put out an advertisement for that. All right, guys, hit the like button, and I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.